You know, we all want to be physically and financially secure as we approach retirement, but saving for a rainy day is very different than saving for retirement, especially if you own your own business. And joining me this morning now, Mike and Brenda Harris, a couple now preparing, all right, we're preparing for retirement, although I was talking to them during commercial break, and they're never going to retire. You guys are always going to kind of have your foot in the door just a little bit. Thanks for coming on here and kind of sharing your guys' story. A little background for our viewers. You guys are restaurant owners.
Yes.
Correct. Have you thought about retiring?
Always.
Always, right? Always thought about going on a good vacation, I'm sure. You know, listen, you guys are watching the news sometimes. You hear Congress debating about Social Security and Medicare, how it's not going to be there, you know, when you retire. Mike, your fears about what you're hearing on the news about Social Security, are you relying upon it to be there when you retire?
Well, I would say I'm not relying on it. I think it'll be there, but it worries you when you hear those sort of stories. So we're trying to take care of ourselves just in case.
Yeah, and you, Brenda?
I've always lived with the fear that it wouldn't be there. Right. So have always put money away. And from when we were young, just because it may not be there and it is scary.
Now, what do you guys do as business owners? What are you guys doing, you know, as a family to prepare? Either one of you first. What are you guys doing to kind of prepare for the ability to retire and have that safety net?
Well, you know, we got a financial planner years ago, yeah.
And I think that's key. Would you agree that that's key?
Yes, yes, because
hire somebody that will kind of help keep you in check.
Mm-hmm.
With your age.
Yeah, we tried playing the stock market ourselves, and we didn't do so well. So we went to Gary and got some help with that. And, you know, we're just trying to save as much as we can. We're trying to pay our house off and trying to live as modest as we can.
Now, so that you don't have to live as modest when you retire,
right.
Yes.
I'm assuming. You know, what are some things that you have learned that maybe some of our viewers out there, maybe life lessons that you guys have already learned even though you haven't yet retired?
Pretty much that you do have to take care of yourself. And one thing that we do every year is we can individually put up to $6,000 away for an IRA, and it's against your taxes. So we have done that since we've opened our own business.
How long ago was that, if you don't mind me asking? When did you guys open your business, and how long have you been contributing to that Roth?
11 years.
11 years.
And it's great for your taxes, too. It saves you so much in taxes at the end of the year.
Because it is a write-off, correct?
And it's a big write-off.
Right. It's a big write-off for you guys. And I think sometimes, right, some people, they get into their late 30s and early 40s, and then suddenly they realize that they are mortal. Right? We realize that we're not going to live forever. We're not going to be able to work forever. Because I think sometimes when we're in our 20s and early 30s, we don't really always think about what it's going to be like when we're 67 years old and we want to retire. So I think some people get in the mindset, man, it's too late. I already messed up.
Never.
No.
Never. Never is it too late. And actually, it gets here before you know it. You know, all of a sudden, you're pushing 60, and it's like, where did those years go? No, time travels quick.
And, you know, when you're young, too, you should utilize that 401k right away.
Yeah.
Because you can generate some money that way.
You know, personal story, you know, my first job, my dad was like, how much are you contributing to your 401k? I'm like, contributing to my 401k. Have you seen the size of my first paycheck?
Yeah.
And he goes, it doesn't matter. Contribute something. I didn't listen to him. I didn't listen to him until in my mid to late 20s. Somebody at work, right? It wasn't my dad telling me what to do. It was somebody at work saying, hey, listen, this is free money. And as soon as somebody told me it's free money, that, you know, your company's going to kind of match you here on your 401k, I'm like, free money? I think I can play this game. And you're just doing a small percentage to where you can, you know, really afford to do it, because your 401k is pre-tax.
Yes.
I mean, you really don't notice that big of a difference when it's pre-tax, when it's coming out of your take-home paycheck.
If it's not there, you can't spend it. We have a 27-year-old son and a 24-year-old daughter.
What's it like, and if you don't mind me asking, what's it like trying to teach your children financial lessons in how to save?
I think it's a little easier when you've opened your own business, because they see the hardship and they realize that when you no longer work for a company that's providing all these
the benefits, the 401ks,
goodies,
right?
The company car, the vacations, all those things.
Insurance.
They realize that you know, things can go away quickly. And when the economy went bad, you know, things got tight for everybody. And when you own your own business, you know, that's when you really there's no support.
Right, and especially for individual business owners, because, you know, here at CBS Atlanta, we do have a big corporation that, you know, does provide a 401k for us to pay into and really helping us in our retirement and savings. But for folks like you guys are a small business owner. You really have to take it upon yourself to plan for your retirement, right?
Yes, you do. And that's why we do the $6,000, you know, and have done that since the beginning.
And
it's very important.
And for people at home who have heard about it, you know, a Roth IRA, have you guys seen the benefits when you're meeting with your financial planner, the money that you guys have put aside? Has it grown, I should say?
Yeah.
Yes, and actually what our financial advisor did to us, because I am not a risk taker, and our money when it was in the 401k, of course,
Boy,
is
I know
more.
I'm a risky one.
I'm not. We're
Yeah.
too old.
Right, and they do say this. They're like, how old are you? Okay, if you're in your 20s and you're in your 30s, you can risk a little bit more right now.
Yes.
You can play
You
that
can watch
game.
it go up
You
and
can
down.
watch it go up and down because you're there for the long haul.
Right.
But you're right, as you said, as you start to approach, you know, in your 50s and 60s, you may want to, slow down on that risk a little bit.
Well, and that's what our financial advisor, Gary, taught us, was that, you know, where he put our money now, we no longer have the risk of losing it. It will never go down. It will always go up, maybe not that much, but we're never going to see that money go down again,
And that's
like
got
we
to be,
did.
and that's got to be some relief.
It
But
is.
were you surprised at all over the years that you were contributing to this Roth IRA, how much money it actually accrued and gained, rather than just taking a few $1,000s, you know, and just putting it into a savings account?
Oh, yes. I mean, well, and you can't get your hands on it unless you want to pay that penalty. So that's the up too. You put that money in there, and that's it. Goodbye money until, you know, you're older.
And that's restriction.
That's
right?
restriction.
That's restriction. Because you're going to get real penalized if you start taking that money out before you retire.
And discipline. It's just discipline. That's what I guess we've always tried to teach our kids. You have to be responsible for yourself. You just have to be in today's day.
Mike and Brenda, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story. And hopefully some viewers out there will be able to see this and say, hey, listen, I'm in my 40s. It's not too late to start saving for my 401k and my
That's right.
retirement. All right, very
Okay.
good. Thank you very much.